Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my November favorites. Now for some reason I feel like I don't have enough favorites to talk about today, so this video might be a little long unless and until I ramble too much, because I did feel like I was using products I already know and love, and I was just continued there was just continued love that was flowing on them, and I didn't use as many like new stuff that I want to talk about. Also, I did try out some products that in my opinion were fails for me, or even if not fails, but I didn't love them as much, and I wouldn't mention them in a favorites video. So for that reason, I do have some newer things and then some products that you kind of know that I already love, and I'm just going to re-shower some love on them because I feel like I haven't spoken about them super recently. So yes, we do have a couple of picks, and this video is going to be a little bit more shorter, so hopefully those of you who find that I ramble too much might find it to be a shorter video and you might enjoy this. So let's jump right into it. Starting with first, let's talk about one new thing. This is the Dr. Earth Snow Dust Setting Powder is what it's called. Now this is a white looking very scary loose powder, but I will tell you that it's not as scary once you put it on your skin. I have it today as well on my skin, and even though when you first put it on it looks like talcum powder, it looks like you're putting Pond's ka powder in your face. It's that white, but once you start blending it in, it blends in completely. It doesn't leave any kind of a white cast or anything. I will say though that if you like sweat and your makeup starts sweating, you will notice like it'll run down your neck a little bit and it'll look white obviously, but that happens even with my Makeup Revolution banana powder. Is that if I'm sweating, I'll notice like slightly yellowish skin tone globs of like sweat pools on my neck sometimes. I know it sounds very gross, but it's true. It's makeup, it's not paint. It's not like once you put it on it's going to like stick to your skin and never come off at all. That's not how makeup works. So this is a pretty good powder in my opinion. I have been really liking it, really enjoying it. It's a little expensive of course compared to like the Makeup Revolution powder, so if you asked me like which one would I prefer, I would still go with Makeup Revolution, but occasionally I do like to switch it up, and I wanted to try this out. I think I even used like a discount coupon or something on this because I did buy it from Sublime Life back when Sublime Life was actively working and functional, and I think now the website is down. I don't know if they're shutting down their business or what exactly is going on, but I did buy it from Sublime Life, though you can get this on Nykaa as well. You will just have to like pay the entire 800 or so bucks that this costs. So yes, it is a good product. I would recommend it. I do really like it. So that's my first favorite for the month. Then let's talk about an older favorite. This is a lip product that I've actually re-fallen in love with. It is the one that I have on my lips right now as well, in case you're wondering. This is the Miss Claire Matte Power Lip Color in the number 06. It's basically a really pretty nude shade, and it is one of my favorite nude shades in my collection. It's a nice warm nude. I wouldn't call this brown, at least on my skin I don't think it looks brown. It's very much of a nude, and the formula on this is really nice. I think this specific formula, I've noticed personally in my opinion that all the shades kind of like they wear slightly different on me. Like this one wears super long throughout the day, like even after eating. I don't notice any sort of like fading, or like I don't even notice too much of butthole lips to be very honest. So this particular shade wears really well on me, but then the dark pink that they have, that one gives me butthole lips. So I don't know if they have like a formula inconsistency throughout the various shades, but this specific shade I love so much. And you guys, I think I am going to run out of this very soon, because the past 2 or 3 times that I wore this, there isn't much product that's coming out in the doe foot applicator. I feel like I have to dip in too many times to get the product out. So yeah, I think I'm going to run out of this very soon, which is exciting and heartbreaking at the same time. And I can definitely tell you that I will repurchase this as soon as possible, because I have absolutely fallen in love with it. I don't want to live without it. So yes, that is a favorite lip color of this month. So yeah, that's the Miss Claire Matte Power Lip Color. I never remember the name on this, but yeah, that's my second favorite. Moving on to my third favorite product. This is actually an empty, and it is sort of a newer product, I want to say. It's the Dermaco Cinamide Radiance sunscreen aqua gel. Now the original hyaluronic acid sunscreen aqua gel is a cult favorite, everyone loves it, and now they have come up with their Cinamide range. Basically they have a serum, and then they also have the sunscreen in this range where you have the goodness of vitamin C and niacinamide along with you know, like basically the two active ingredients combined together. The serum is pretty good, I've told you guys I really like it, but then again a lot of times people ask me like, oh, is this gonna like erase my pores because it's got niacinamide, or is this gonna like take care of my hyperpigmentation because it's got vitamin C, and I always tell you that this is not a product that I've noticed any sort of drastic results with. But if you're someone who gets confused, okay, should I use vitamin C in my routine or should I use niacinamide in my routine, which one should I use, can I layer both together, etc, etc, if you have those kind of questions, I think a product that has the goodness of both, like nowadays there are so many serums from different brands that have vitamin C and niacinamide both. I think they are kind of meant to help in giving you the goodness of both the active ingredients together, but I still don't notice any sort of drastic results with these products. So for that reason it becomes a little bit difficult for me to recommend them to you. That being said, coming to this sunscreen and why I absolutely love it, it's because initially I felt like it would be just like the hyaluronic acid sunscreen but with the goodness of vitamin C and niacinamide. That being said, when I used it recently, I observed that this one wore really well for me under makeup, and the hyaluronic acid sunscreen does wear well under makeup as well, but it is something that I can't put makeup on top immediately after, whereas with this one I actually can do that. So I don't know if it was because I was doing the two-step routine, like only moisturizer and sunscreen when I was using the sunscreen. Maybe that could also be a contributing factor to why this wore really well under makeup, because there was less product layered underneath. So that could be a possible factor. I just want to let you know all the caveats so that you don't feel like मैं तुमको गुमराह कर रही हूँ basically. I can't think of what I would say in English, but yeah, I don't want anyone to feel like I'm lying or anything. So I want to let you know all the factors that went into play, but I personally really love this sunscreen, and the next time Dermaco has a sale, I am looking forward to repurchasing this. That's how much I loved it. And again, it's amazing that it has vitamin C and niacinamide as well in the sunscreen itself, so you can skip that as your serum step. Just use a basic moisturizer and this on top if you wanted to do that. And yeah, that's about it. That being said, if I get any questions on is this sunscreen going to help with hyperpigmentation, is the sunscreen going to erase my pores, no, it's not. It's not going to do any of those things. It's just going to act like a sunscreen, but it's just great to know that it has the two active ingredients as well, because I'm sure long term, like over a period of years, you are going to notice the benefits of the active ingredients as well. It's just not going to happen like overnight or in a couple of weeks even. At least I feel that way. So yeah, wow, I felt like I talked about this sunscreen for a while because I gave you all the background history and the story of the Cinamide range, etc. But let's move on and talk about some older favorites. I think all the rest of the products are kind of older favorites, nothing super new. Firstly, we have two fragrances to talk about, and these are the two fragrances that I want to speak about. Firstly, we have Nykaa Love Notes, the EDP. You guys know I have gone through one bottle of this entirely. This is my second one, and this is a beautiful sweet, powdery, fluffy, cloudy, marshmallowy sweet fragrance, and this is something I've been really enjoying in the winter. A lot of the other fragrances that I'm testing out these days, I'm observing doesn't actually last all day on me, and this one also, I feel like if you just do a couple of sprays, it doesn't last super long. But for some reason, if you overspray a little bit, and especially if this gets into your hair, especially like because I spray behind my ears, so if this gets into my hair, I can actually smell this for a few days on me because I wash my hair every 3 days. So I'm sure that also helps in this lasting, and I do get whiffs of it also sometimes, which is really nice. But apart from that also, I feel like this lasts all day on me if I overspray a little bit. So I'm okay with overspraying, especially because this is not a super expensive perfume. It's under 1,000 rupees, and if you're spending as much as this costs, it's still gonna last you a couple of months. So to me, it's worth the investment, especially when there are so many other fragrances which are like high-end prices. This is under 1,000 bucks, which is affordable to me. And yes, it lasts really well, smells absolutely amazing, and I love this scent. So that has to be my first favorite, and I kind of fell in love with this because I've been using it recently, like since winter has started, and I am absolutely loving it. So I had to share that with you as my first pick. And then another pick, this is something that I think I spoke about in my last favorites video as well, so I'll just quickly tell you why I'm talking about it again. This is the Misbu Tokyo Zen fragrance. Now I don't know where this brand is exactly available, where it's not available. I found this in a store next to Zudio, basically. Like, I don't know if it's just this specific mall where this brand store is next to Zudio, or maybe if they're sister brands or what exactly, I'm not sure. But they had separate billing counters and separate layouts. They're just placed next to each other, so I don't think that they're related to each other. But any which ways, this fragrance is a beautiful, very addictive, musky, sexy, just amazing fragrance. But at the same time, it wears really well all throughout the day as a signature scent even. But recently I have been wearing this a little bit less because I want to give more love to my winter fragrances. That being said, I actually think this would work great in the winter as well. And recently I've started wearing this in the evenings because I've started going for dance class, by the way, if any of you would be interested to know that. Yes, I've been going for dance classes recently, and I don't want to wear any of my other fragrances that last longer in the evenings to dance class. So this is something that actually doesn't last too long. I got asked about this fragrance and how it lasts. It doesn't last super long, unfortunately. I feel like about 2 or 3 hours maximum, not beyond that. So for my 2-hour dance class, I think this works pretty well. And I have actually went ahead to repurchase it because you can see I'm almost out of it, and I wanted to make sure that I always have this on hand, also because it's such an affordable fragrance. So I wanted to make sure of that, which is why I went ahead to repurchase this, and I'm absolutely loving it. So that is my second fragrance pick. Now, last but not the least, we have one more makeup product, and then I want to talk about a surprise favorite that you might not see coming. So let's talk about my last beauty related favorite, and that's a lip combo that I want to speak about. So this is Nykaa's Ultra Matte Lipstick in the shade Diana, and I really love this shade. If you've been following me for a long time, I have told you in the past as well that I really like pairing Plum's Cocoa Mocha with this specific lip color. Now I found another Plum lipstick, a similar shade, which is the shade Toast Wanted. I feel like Toast Wanted is a little bit more pink as compared to Cocoa Mocha, which is like a proper brown, and the combination of these two shades also looks really beautiful on the lips. I would have loved to show it to you. Hopefully I will film another video sometime where I will show you what this looks like on my lips in action. But yes, this is another lip combo that I tried out. I really liked. So now I have 2 lipsticks that I can pair Diana with, and Diana does look really pretty on its own as well. If you like a peachy coral kind of a lipstick, it will look really nice on you. But I feel like that doesn't always go with what I'm wearing. So it's great to know that I have lipsticks that I can pair it with, and they look super pretty. So that's my last beauty pick. Now for my last favorites that I want to mention in this video, I actually forgot to grab them, so just give me a minute. I will be back with them. Okay, so I have my next 2 favorites with me, and those are actually books. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I am actually, like, I've always been, like, since I was a child, I was always into reading books a lot. But I think the past few years, like ever since I started going to college, like 11th and 12th, and then even beyond that, the past 5 to 6 years, I feel like I have not read as many books as I did prior to that, like when I was in school. And it was not like I read books because it was a school assignment or something. I loved reading. I've always loved reading. I just did not get around to reading as much, but I am finally getting back into reading, and I want to become a hardcore avid reader who's reading like 50 books a year, or I mean, at least that's what my goal is to read at least 4 to 5 books a month if possible. But we've started with 2 as of now. So let me quickly talk about both of them. The first one is Think Like a Monk by Shetty. Now this is more of your self-help, motivational kind of a book. I think that's what the genre of this one is, and I know a lot of people are not into it, but I would say this one personally, the name, or just overall the vibe that you might get from this book is going to be very preachy, I feel like. But you have to believe me when I say it's not actually one of those books. It's not preachy. Shetty actually shares his own experience in this book, and I feel like there are a lot of life lessons that you can get out of it. I would say this is one of those books that I didn't want to read the entire thing altogether. I would read a couple of pages or maybe finish a chapter or 2 and then stop there, because I wanted to think about what he said, see how I can evaluate those lessons in my life personally, and learn from the book, not just read it for the sake of reading it like we would typically with a book. So yeah, I think this was a book I would highly recommend personally to everyone, because I think no matter who you are, there is definitely something that you can take out of this book in your life. So it's an amazing one. I would highly recommend you read it. It's an amazing book. And then the next one is actually a fun one, because it's a beauty related book, and I never thought I would be into beauty related books, to be honest, because I watch so many beauty videos that are informational and that teach you about skincare science, hair care science, etc. I'm not as into hair care, but maybe more of skincare. So I didn't think I would be into like a dermatologist written book, but I think reading this one has made me want to read more such books by different dermatologists. So I actually went, okay, first let me tell you what this book is, and then I'll move on to my story. So this is the book No One Has to Know by Dr. Jamuna Pai, who's a celebrity dermatologist. She's very well known in the beauty space and in the dermatology space as well. She's won a ton of accolades as well, and she has this book now as well. And I bought this book actually a while back. For some reason, I don't know why I didn't get around to reading it, but now that I've started reading it, I'm not, by the way, all the way done with this. I think I've finished like 30% of it. There is still a lot more to go, but I can already tell you that this book has gotten me hooked into reading and finishing this one, of course, but also reading more books written by dermatologists, because it gives you a more holistic perspective. Holistic, actually I don't think holistic is the right word, but a more like straight to the point approach on skincare, because when you look at the internet and videos out there posted by different people, it's hard to sometimes know what you should listen to and what you should not listen to. But when you listen to a dermatologist say what they know about skincare and what they suggest and recommend, it's coming from a place of knowledge and education, and they actually know what's up, I feel, especially when it's a well-known, trusted, reputed dermatologist in the space. When they put their name on something and they say something, they can't go back on it, so you know that what they're saying is like 100% accurate knowledge. Whereas when it comes to someone who, I mean, they're putting their name out there, like that says a lot. And if they say something that's not true, or like if they're trying to bullshit around skincare or beauty, it's obviously going to tarnish their name, right? So why would someone do something like that to tarnish their name? So that's why I feel like this is what we should all be listening to, and that's why I've also started following more dermatologists on YouTube and on Instagram, and take skincare advice from them versus someone who doesn't have a scientific backing into what they're saying. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on that. and I do highly recommend this book. And there are also a couple of other books that I've been checking out on Amazon from other dermatologists that I would be interested in purchasing as well, and I might do that at some point. So yeah, you might see more beauty dermatologist written books in my favorites videos going forward. But yes, I am going to make it a point to also share the books that I read that I'm loving in these videos. So we're going to keep that towards the end, because I don't know if everyone would be interested in that or not. But yes, that is it. That's it for the favorites video. I thought it would not be super long, but we're still here for 20 minutes. So yeah, take that for what you will, but that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye bye.